Woohoo! Woo! Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. My name is Matt with Boys Crypto, and baby, we have finally, thank you. Oh God, thank you. We got some green in the charts. Look at some of these boobles we have today, everybody. Hex getting some insane news. It has to. PulseX, Pulse Chain, all those chains getting massive moves, almost up over 50%, some 75% for PulseX. What is going on? Trump coin up 21%. Come on, people. What are we doing? Look at this green all across the market, and what we are going to go into what we went over yesterday and how it played out to a T, baby. I am so excited to be here with everyone. Welcome, April. Welcome, Wanda. Thank you for tuning into the stream here tonight. You guys are absolutely beautiful people. Let's dive into the charts. Any questions, anything you have, drop them in the chat. You guys are the first ones here. You guys got that priority, baby. Yeah, drop the questions, drop the coins in the chat. I'm happy to go over everything and anything for you guys. Let's crack the monster. Everybody got your nightly monster. Cheers to the Monster Rehab family, and let's toast right now. Let's toast to the Bulls stepping in. Rest in peace, Bears. We'll see ya. We're getting a squeeze to the upside right now. Rest in peace, Bears. Rest in peace to the Bulls. Oh yeah, now we feel that heart rate getting up. Let's dive in, baby. Let's look at what's going on. What's happening to Bitcoin? We got the bounce. Where do we need to look from here? What is Bitcoin doing here in the near term? What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. So Bitcoin getting that reaction off of the bull div that we were calling out last night. Not just the bull div, but baby, we had a massive red candle that was beneath our daily 200 MA. Before we go into that, let's dive into where we see Bitcoin here on the near term, right? So we did get into Bitcoin down here around $80,300, currently sitting at $85,000. Woo! That trade was posted on X last night as we were averaging down in our altcoin trades. All our trades, with the exception of Quant. Come on, Quant, what are you doing, baby? Are up massively in the green today. We are heading in the right direction. Account balance at almost $5,600. We are booming to the upside, baby. Trades up 30%, 34%, 31%, and minus 11%. Come on, Quant, what are you doing? Let's dive in and see what we are looking at here. Bitcoin currently breaking out of a flag on the 15-minute time frame. Let's clean up some of this and look at the charts. Bitcoin, baby, Bitcoin. Oh, everyone was so bearish last night, weren't they? Everybody was so bearish last night on Twitter. When you have bull divs screaming in your face, right? When you're sitting on key support, it's actually mind-blowing, right? And yeah, we didn't get that initial reaction like we wanted to off of the first bull div, but the second one, when you have two big bull divs on the 4-hour screaming at you in your face, you cannot ignore that, right? You cannot ignore that. But here on the 15-minute, we do have a flag that's breaking out to the upside right now. The target of this flag takes us all the way back. You wouldn't even believe it. $91,000. Are we heading there for Bitcoin? It does seem incredibly likely, right? Based off of this breakout. Ooh! Oh God. Ooh. Sometimes when you get that monster, you know what I mean? Your Adam's apple gets some kind of reaction off the first sip. It's like that first sip of alcohol, right? Here we go. Breaking to the upside out of this 15-minute flag above the high volume node here of the local range. Looking very good for Bitcoin. You have the stochastics looking like they want to curve again to get to the overbought region here on the 15-minute time frame. We are forming 15-minute bull div here. I totally agree, right? But any day in my mind, the bull div on the 4-hour is going to trump bear div on the 15-minute, right? Those bigger time frames, in my mind, take major precedence, right, over the prices of the charts and price action. So that's what I'm looking at here for Bitcoin in the near term. We do have that bear div. We got to keep that in mind. That does say that we are likely to break this low, right? This low that was formed here. Oh, come on, TradingView. What are you doing, baby? Before this high, right? That can definitely happen, but the bulls seem to have massive momentum. Getting over that 15-minute 200 MA. Price 21 is with price action. We're getting a nice bullish engulfing candle here on the 15. Looks really good. Let's zoom out to the daily, baby. The daily. What were we saying, chat? What were we saying about this candle? Let's zoom in at it, right? Let's zoom in on this big red candle here. What were we saying? What were we saying about this candle? We had time, baby. We had time. The candle was not closed below the daily 200, right? When we left off stream last night, we were down here. We needed to give Bitcoin some time, right? And some market demand in order to catch back up to this 200-day moving average. We said, hey, this can be a wick. This can be a wick. This could be a big wick, right? And look how big that wick was. Look how big that wick was, everybody, to the upside, right? For that candle looks really, really, really good for Bitcoin here. Holding the daily 200 SMA stochastics reset. We're coming out of the oversold range on the daily. Let's zoom on out here. Everybody, we did call this last night. We called this last night, baby. I was so frustrated seeing all the bears on Twitter. We're definitely going lower. We're definitely going. Imagine the squeeze, man. They got squeezed last night for 8%. They got absolutely wrecked, right? From our stream, we are up 8% on Bitcoin, currently sitting at $85,200. Right, I'm looking at a massive reversal potential here for Bitcoin currently, right? We do have 20 hours and 23 minutes till this daily candle close, but look at this bullish engulfing candle that's forming on the daily. This is a sign of a reversal. We are above a high volume node here, right? And we did fill almost this entire gap here. We filled this entire gap, right? Almost. We almost did. We did have some price action in here, which was nice during the week. That's some volume in there. That looks good, right? But we did fill this gap that we were speculating on filling, right? With the wick, we filled almost the entire thing. That looks really, really good to me here, right? The stochastics are curving to the upside on the daily. The Stokes were over. How often was the RSI oversold here? Every time we've had the RSI this oversold, which we went over in the stream yesterday, that marked a major, major bottom, right? A major, major bottom. And look at this here. As we zoom out on the chart, does this not look like where all the major bottoms look? Look at this. Boom, major bottom. It could be, potentially, right? Major bottom, right? Major bottom, right? You know, and then you could argue major bottom, right? Look what happens after these massive red wicks on the daily. Zooming out a little further, right? You got the big ones, right? Right here. Major bottom, macro bottom, right? We are still in a macro bull trend. And this could have been our next macro higher low here. Everybody's calling it. Everybody's like 70K Bitcoin, 68K Bitcoin. There were possibilities that were going down there for people who were, but for people who are completely unexposed, right? The Bitcoin waiting for those prices. Bitcoin doesn't like to give those people what they want, right? And they'll watch it run in their face. Like right here, everybody was calling for lower 30K. And now those people are like, well, now Bitcoin's at 85K. Like, should I get in now? Right? You're buying at a 2x premium? That's ridiculous, everybody. So it's definitely important to think about that when you're analyzing Bitcoin. We got Asia waking up here, jumping into the market, going like, holy crap, the Americanos bought it up. And they bought it up above Voice Crypto's daily 200 SMA, which he said he would be a bear if we closed below, but we did not close below, everybody. We did not close below. What's going on to everybody in the chat? I'm so passionate today. I'm so hyped up. Our trades are ripping, baby. They are ripping, right? Like SpongeBob's pants when he got saved out of the Looney Lagoon, right? The Goofy Lagoon, I don't remember. But yeah, whenever he ripped his pants, But we are ripping, baby. We are absolutely ripping. We're going to dive into dominance. We're going to dive into altcoins. We're going to kick off, you know, my slippers right here because, well, now that I'm in my business shoes, of course. I'm going to kick off these shoes here because my feet are getting hot because I'm getting so excited, right? I feel like my lady and her sister when they're watching Outlander and something dramatic's happening and their hands start shaking and they get real hyped. Maybe it's the monsters and the drugs they put in here, but I feel absolutely hyped up, everybody. We were red. We were in the red, right? And I said, don't fear. Like buying in the extreme fear is the best time to buy your assets and crypto. Oh my gosh, my UU is going crazy. I'm hyped. You guys are in the chat. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Oh, welcome. All right. we're going to dive in here. Let's look at what we were looking at on the 4-hour time frame, baby. This bull div, right? We posted this trade on X. I said I can't help myself. I'm tempted beyond what I can bear with this. Look at this bull div on the 4-hour, swinging down massively in price. Lower low, lower low, lower low. Look on the 4-hour time frame, a macro time frame, massive, right? Higher low on the bull div, right? These lines will cross, saying that we are likely to break this high before this low, right? And when that, I don't know what that did, right? Here we go. All right. Woo! Let's get TradingView back in order. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So we are likely to break this high before we break this low. And when I saw the stochastic starting to curve there, I'm like, that's double bullish divergence on the 4-hour. I need to take this opportunity because that may have been the local bottom here. That may have been the local bottom and at least looking for some kind of reaction. And we got that, baby. We got that. Currently on the Bitcoin trade up 31%, $234 on this massive Bitcoin trade. Looking really, really good on 5x leverage. Oh my gosh, we are booming to the upside. Now, of course, anything can happen, right? We're still making lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We need to break market structure here and break this high, right? In order to reestablish a bullish trend, right? At least on the 4-hour, right? The daily is still not looking good. We did just have the monthly candle close, baby. Let's look at the monthly candle close. Let's get out of here. Boop, boop, boop. That did not look good. Bad, right? Bad. That does not look good, right? However, we do have a nice wick and we're starting very, very nice here on the monthly candle. It does look good. We are still in that macro uptrend, right? You have the low, you have the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We had the higher high. Is this our first higher low right here? Is this our next higher low in the set? It does seem very, very likely. And if we do, it'll catch everybody with their pants down, everybody. It really will, right? We bounce off that daily 200 and we go on a little bit of a run here. And this is despite we had this bounce. And look at all the negative news that's in the media right now. We have the tariffs, right? We have political uncertainty. We have people, we have the meme act coming in saying that people can't make meme coins anymore that are in public office. We have so much news in here that is kind of like bearish, right? And yet we're getting this massive bounce. The charts are telling us that Bitcoin is not done yet. All right, let's jump into the chat. Welcome to everybody that's in here. Hey, Wanda, April, Michaela, Sin Nasty Kid, what's up, man? What's up? Welcome. I'm so hyped. I'm so pumped today. Everybody, those trades are working out here in the green, baby, with the exception of Quant. Come on, Quant. You can turn around, buddy. I know you can. But we've been adding to these trades, right? On X, right? Follow me on X at BoysCrypto102 to keep up with all these trades, right? We on X, we called it Bitcoin long that last night off of that 4-hour bullish divergence. I couldn't resist the temptation, everybody. It's like whenever I'm on a diet and I'm opening up the fridge and I see that chubby hubby Ben and Jerry's ice cream in there. A shout out to everybody who loves the chubby hubby Ben and Jerry's. I know it's tempting for everybody, but keep it away, or else you're gonna have love handles like me slapping you in the sides whenever you're going on runs, right? All right, here we go. Let's pull up our fib. Where did we bounce, everybody? We bounced off that 706. We're holding above the daily 200 MA. This looks so good for Bitcoin. This looks so good for Bitcoin here in the near term. In the near term, right? We're looking at the 15-minute flag that is forming here. Look, and it already broke out. It already broke out massively, right, to the upside, and we're looking for continued price action. Where does this take us? All the way up to about $91,000, baby, right? And this is crazy. Everybody was calling bear. Everybody, I hopped in some streams last night. Everybody's like, we're bearish. We gotta be. You know, we're shorting everything. We're shorting, and that was around right here. That's what a lot of the public does, right? They chase price action. They chased what, like on this channel, we were saying, don't chase green candles. We can't chase red candles either. And everybody who chased here got absolutely bent over the barrel and showed the 50 states, right? They got absolutely bent over the barrel and showed the 50 states. Shout out to the horrible bosses. I love that movie. Oh my gosh, right? All right, rip to the upside. Same guy that plays Ted Lasso, also a great series. We're getting this rip to the upside here on the 15-minute. We're going to be tracking this as we go along, right? If we do lose this 15-minute 200, I will consider getting out of my Bitcoin position, but it's already in massive profit, right? But we are going to use that 15-minute 200 MA as our safety net going on into this evening and into tonight, right? Monster baby, draw you if you love it. Let's jump into the chat. What's going on, everybody? Hey, man, dressed up, looking nice. Thank you, right? My lady just got me these. They're very nice, right? Very nice. I had to throw them in the dryer for permapress and get the wrinkles out, right? Because ironing is very difficult, but we are looking fresh, everybody. She gave me the cut, she got me the shirt, right? And I am feeling fresh, everybody. Thank you for that comment, Sin Nasty Kid. Thank you for that comment. I am taken though, brother. I am taken, just so you know. All right, here we go. Hola, boys. Blair, what's up, man? Hey, nice to see you. Hi, April. Hey. Sin Nasty Kid, what's up? Like, share, subscribe. Michaela, thank you. Like, share, and subscribe, everybody. I think we're 4 away. Are we? 4 away from that 100 subscriber count, baby. What a milestone that's going to be. We're giving away some Solana at 100 subscribers. I am super excited to do that with you guys. We are going to, my lady and I are going to come up with a competition, right? Competition. We'll find out something. We're going to drop something nice for you guys here in the chat. Everybody who's been with me from the very beginning, thank you. Drop that like, drop that comment, drop that subscribe. Let everybody know about Voice Crypto, the upcoming crypto community, baby. The community. Let's dive in. Woo! You guys get my blood pressure high. Yo, Sin Nasty Kid, yep. Hey, almost at 100 subs. Michaela, you're a legend. 2 away. Oh, you're married, Sin Nasty Kid? Hey, man, hey, it is what it is. Hey, you know, that, yeah, don't be tempted beyond what you can bear, man. We just talked about that, right? We were tempted beyond what we could bear on this Bitcoin trade, but you don't need to be tempted, brother. I love you, though. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. All right, everybody, head on into the chat. Let's look on into the chat. What do we got first up on the list from Wanda? What's up, Wanda? We want to look at Pulsex, right? Pulsex. Okay, so this got a massive rip today, likely due to some news, up 80%. Pulsex, let's go on over into it. Pulsex, baby, Pulsex. We'll take a look at Pulsex, and then we're going to look at dominance and Ethereum before we go any further. Pulsex. Is it not on TradingView? What in the world? All right, let's see here. Let's see. Pulsex, baby, Pulsex, 0.005, 0018. No, that's not what we're looking at. We're going to have to go over to Dex Screener here, aren't we? DEX. Oh, yeah. Pulsex making some massive moves today. I remember there was some billionaire that staked a bunch of Hex not too long ago, and that caused the price of Hex to go, and all this is kind of tied together, right? That's why all of them are moving in cognition. All right, let's dive in. Dex Screener, baby, Dex Screener for all your crypto needs, all the newest, right? Things that aren't on TradingView. Look at that. Look at that daily candle. Oh my gosh, right? So from yesterday, right, in the past 24 hours, this thing has been on an absolute moonshot, right? Up 84% in the past 2 days, right? And this candle just started on the daily, so you can say the past 24 hours, yeah. You have some serious wickage right there, and zooming out on the charts, right? You do, yeah, there's some kind of crazy price action going on here. So what I'm seeing, right, I do see this horizontal support line, right, that you've been respecting, and you could argue that this is a larger resistance zone. That's what I am seeing right here. I see a triangle getting really tight here for Pulsex, right? Chasing these candles, especially 80%, right? That's so dangerous, man. That's so dangerous. So whenever you guys want to get into these trades, I recommend doing, and I'm not a financial advisor, nothing I say should be taken as financial advice. Entertainment purposes only, baby. That's why we're here, Voice Crypto, right? So whenever you're looking at things like this, if you want to trade on high leverage, you go for it, right? You go for it. But you got to zoom in on the small time frames and find some flags. Because look at this, right? Look at this. It happened so fast, right? Anybody who chased, right, these green candles, this 84% run in the course of, look at that. It happened in an hour. 84%, right? It hasn't been constant, right? But you're forming a flag right here. You're forming consolidation, right? This is what I'm seeing for Pulsex here on the 1 minute time frame, baby. On the 1 minute time frame. Don't get confused. The 1 minute time frame can teach you a lot. It really can, right? So I'm seeing that as potentially a that's hard to call. That's hard to call. I don't usually trade things that have been massively up at 80%. I'm not sure if there was some news event or something like that, but yeah, you could say, like, if you broke that prior high, you're likely to run higher, right? So I would just follow this support line, right? If you wanted to take a shot and put it on a little higher leverage and put the stop down here below this prior low, right? Because you're making a higher low, right? You could speculate on a higher low, and if this gets broken, that would change market structure, right? For Pulsex here in the near term, but that's what I'm looking at for Pulsex, right? Just keep an eye on it, right? I'm not going to be trading this. This has been on an absolute massive run. Shout out to all you guys that are in Pulsex or Hex or any of those cryptos that have just been absolutely moonshotting today. The Pulse chain, everything, right? It just been just been absolutely ripping. Celestia giving a bit of a pump right here, jumping about 20% today. Bitcoin Cash, right? All the H bar making a run back. That's great to see, right? Virtuals, right? Trade that we're in up 10%, massive, right? Okay, Trump coin, 25% Trump coin. Oh my gosh. And I did see Solana taking some back, baby, taking some back with a massive pump from 125 to 150. All right, let's dive into the chat. What's up, So? How you doing, man? Welcome. Hey, boys, what are your thoughts on the bull run being extended to 2026? Hey, listen, right? You're gonna get a lot of opinions based on off this, right? You really will. And to me, right? The bull run, it's different this time. It's different. Why is it different, right? Well, for a couple of reasons. Number one, we hit an all-time high before the halving. Never happened before, right? Never happened before. There's different money in the space now, right? It's not speculative money, right? Speculative money isn't in the space as much as institutional money is, right? The speculative money has been in the space for a long time. So now you have institutions and ETFs. That's the biggest change, right? From here going into the future. And what do those ETFs serve to do? They serve to make people money, right? They serve to make people money, and they charge a fee for doing so. And they don't really care if the Bitcoin price goes up or down, right? But if they're holding large amounts of Bitcoin, right, and they have investors wanting to invest in Bitcoin, you could suspect that there's going to be large buy orders below where we are, right? Much like the buy orders that likely bought up this dip here, baby, below the 200-day moving average, right? I think that the bull market can go into 2026. All those timelines and everything are just based off of the stock to flow model and theories that people put into practice, right? Like we're gonna have what was the theory before we got to where we were? We were supposed to have a bullish January, and we were supposed to have a mega bullish February, right? Go all the way up until May, sell in May, stay away, right? That's what they were saying, right? And then June, we have a little bit of a correction, and near July, August, we get that final blow off top going into the November timeframe, right? And that would be the bull run. I don't think that that's necessarily going to happen, because if everybody thinks it's gonna happen, right? Like everybody thought Bitcoin was gonna crash and it was over, right? And now we're staring at a bullish engulfing candle on the daily above the 200, right? With stochastics turning, coming out of the oversold region. Now everybody's perspective is going to start changing, right? Because we were just at 78,000 yesterday. If you think about it like that, Bitcoin pumped 8 grand last night, right? That's an insane move for Bitcoin, right? After a couple of red days, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. There were a lot of people calling the end of the bull market, and it could have been, right? It could have been. We close the candle below here, right? We do a bear flag and we break lower. I'm a bull, right? I'm a bull as long as we remain above the 200 SMA in the near term, right? I am a bull, right? But if we break, I will think we are heading into a bear market if we break this prior low, because that breaks the market structure, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then you make a lower low. Then you need to speculate on a lower high coming in. And where would I speculate that coming, right? Just in case we did get that, I would take a fib from here, the high, until wherever we got, right, that low, and I would speculate on getting out, right? I would speculate on a long, making that next lower high up here in that $80,000 to $90,000 region, right? I'd probably be more conservative with 80, right? That 618 retracement. That's what I would be looking at, right? If we did come down all the way to that's 33, that's a deep retracement, right? But that would be a bear market scenario for me, man. If we broke that prior support, right, down here, that prior low, that's what I would be looking at for the bull market being over. Until that happens, I don't think the bull market's over. When was the last correction we had, right? We have, in most bull markets, you have like six or seven corrections, right? You had one there, one. You had two, 32%, three. Coming from here, massive correction, 28%. The corrections aren't as deep, and I'm speculating that that's because of the ETFs, right? The ETFs are buying up. It's not just normal people money anymore. The ETFs can buy up with large buy orders, multi-billions, right? Which is absolutely crazy, right? And so if we make a higher low right here, we have to speculate. We have to speculate on a higher high being made, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, until the market structure is broken. I don't think that's going to be broken anytime soon. I think the possibility of it going into 2026 is relatively high. Why? Because, well, if we do get these tariffs to subside, right, we start money printing, right? We could do any of these things. Tariffs could subside, we could start money printing, or we get clear regulatory clarity on any of these assets besides Bitcoin, right? And the strategic reserve, once we get those news events out, right, that we're actually doing that, if the United States buys 200,000, which is the proposed amount, 200,000 Bitcoin a year for the next 4 years, I think it could go for the next 4 years, man. I really do. And not a lot of people are going to say that, but you're talking about the United States in and of itself buying up 5% of the supply. You think other countries won't jump on board? There have already been other countries that have tweeted on X, if the United States does it, we're doing it too. Like the president of Japan, right? If they start doing that, there's going to be a massive supply shock. And I think this 4-year cycle theory kind of goes out the window, right? I really do. Once that kind of adoption comes in, you're talking about nation states, right? You have a lot of money, oil money over there in the Middle East. They start getting involved in this, and you're going to see moonshot price targets, man. You will. And I'm not being a moon boy here. I'm really not. But I'm telling you that this cycle is different. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be here with you every single day, and we're going to walk through it, man. Those big news events, any big dumps, everything. I'm going to be here every single day with you guys. So I appreciate you guys being here, right? We will see where this bull market takes us. Me personally, I will be scaling out of my Bitcoin as we get up into this $150,000-$200,000 level. I will start selling, right? I have to start selling some Bitcoin up here, right? Why would you hold Bitcoin on this massive meteoric run and when we know we're going to have pullbacks, right? 30-40%, right? So when I scale out, I'm looking for pullbacks and I'm looking for that lower high. I'll be pulling my fibs on the way up, speculating on lower highs, right? I'm going to spot trade Bitcoin on the way up. That's what I would like to do, right? Besides my leverage accounts, that's what I would like to do with my Bitcoin, right? If you just hold Bitcoin, right, all the way up until the moon, you could end up like back here in 2017 where you ride it all the way up. And there are people that have done this, right? You could ride it all the way up. This is 2021. You ride it all the way up and you ride it all the way back down that $17,000 level. I don't want any of us to be in that position, right? You don't make any money, right? Which is the reason why we're all here. We're all here to make money. You don't make any money until you hit that sell button. That is true. That is true, right? And that's why I recommend whenever you double up on your investment, whenever you triple up on your investment, quadruple up, that's the time to at least take out your initial investment. You've already had an immaculate run. Take the risk off the table. Take the risk off the table. Speaking of that, we're going to go over here and we're going to start moving our stop losses up here to about that break even level. Very important here, very important as we're trading, right, on the trades that we are massively up in, right? We're going to take our stop loss. We're going to put it at 1242. Whoop! 1242. Boom, baby. Oh my gosh, stop losses. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, not 142. 9485. All right, so what do you guys got? What questions we got in the chat? What questions we got in the chat? I'm excited to hear from you guys. Thank you for joining me with your time here. I am excited. I am excited to be here with you all on our... We're just gonna monitor that. Good night. Come on, Blowfin. What are you doing to me, baby? What are you doing to me? All right, back over to Bitcoin. Back over to Bitcoin. Let's dive in. Why are you so dressed up and why so dressed up looking nice? Man, I try to look nice all the time for you guys, like on this stream, right? I try to be professional. Sometimes these lighter clothes, man, you can get some pity stains. I'm not gonna lie, especially when you get these caffeine, these caffeine rushes. It's pretty insane. All right, what's up? What's up? A SEI, a token that was just bought by the World Liberty Finance Organization. We'll dive into that. A lot of short liquidations to the upside and short squeezes and news events would be a good catalyst. That's right. So that's totally right, man. Hey, look, whenever you have massive, extreme fear, that does represent a lot of short positions, right? Opening up in the markets, right? And I did read somewhere that a lot of longs are opening up on Bitfinex. I'll have to dive a little deeper into that, right? A lot of whale longs, like multi-million-dollar longs open up on Bitfinex here. That's kind of telling me, right, that there is still liquidity beneath us, but these bigger multi-million-dollar positions don't really come in that often in big batches like I've been reading that they are, right, on these exchanges when we're going to have a massive dump to the downside. Not of that size, right? So we'll see. We do have a lot of shorts, right? These last 3 days, right, this was 3 black crows, right? A horrible reversal pattern, right, in terms of the macro, right? You have 3 black crows, it's likely you're going to continue to the downside, right? But we are holding above that daily 200 MA, getting that bullish engulfing candle with the stochastics curving to the upside, baby, and the RSI breaking us right out of the oversold region. Oh my God, my tongue tied got there. That's what we're looking at right now. That's what we're looking at. But yeah, so we do have a lot of short liquidations up here, and I wouldn't even be surprised. How often do we see these, right? You come down and you chop a little bit and you get a massive rip up. That can also happen. A Bart Simpson, right? We used to see Bart Simpsons all the time, and I guess we haven't really seen one. We really haven't seen one in a minute. But yeah, you get those Bart Simpson patterns. I guess right here is the kind of example, right? You had to shoot up, you had to drop to the side, and then you had to shoot right back down, right? That Bart Simpson, people like to meme it. You could also flip the chart upside down and say, hey, right? Hey, is this an area like where I would, you know, you could draw an inverse Bart, right? Let's flip the chart upside down just for fun to kind of get an idea where we're at. So if we were long, right? If we were long here and we were coming up at resistance at the daily 200 MA, this is where I would speculate on taking profits. So what happens, everybody, when we start closing shorts? They execute buys. That's what happens when you close short positions. You start seeing a bullish engulfing candle on the daily. If I were in a short, I would consider, hey, I'm gonna cut it here, right? Take my profit. That will execute a buy order in the opposite direction, right? So that will also pump the price when all these shorts start closing their positions, if they do choose to do so, right? But with all these shorts open, right, whether they close it or they get liquidated, either way, it will execute buy orders, right? But the mass amount of fear in the market, so hopefully funding rates start becoming negative, right? And you get paid to hold long positions. That would be an incredible short squeeze opportunity for the market in the near term, right? But we're currently, this daily 200 SMA on the inverted chart, right, is serving as resistance, right? Flip it back over. It is serving as support right now. That's what I'm looking at going into the coming days. All right, let's go over to Ethereum. Oh, SEI. Let's go SEI first. SEI, Sin Nasty Kid, absolutely, man. Let's dive into it. World Liberty Fi just purchased this token, and this was supposed to be a SUI competitor, baby. SUI competitor. If you're interested about SUI, I did just drop a video just a couple hours ago as we were diving deep into the SUI analysis. I do like SUI where it sits right now. It's a very interesting project. Check out that video whenever you guys get some time. Drop a like and a comment on it as well. That'd be super helpful for the algorithm, for me, and for getting this 100 subscribers, baby, so we could get that giveaway going. I am super excited, right? So for SEI, on the daily, right, we did have a massive run up, right, just like everything else, right, prior to that election time. SEI kind of started the run when SUI did as well, right, and topped off way earlier. And now you're kind of consolidating in what I perceive as a flag, right? It's massive, right? It's a massive, massive wedge here. I would even call it a wedge. Yeah, we'll call it a wedge. And this is just speculating, everybody. This is just speculating. Right? You call it a flag, call it a wedge, whatever you want, right? But these break out from resistance to resistance at the start, right? So if this were to back all the way, but I always take it from the first resistance point, or this first support, the first support point that we get, right, in the chart, right? So I would be speculating on a move at least to the top of the pattern here for SEI. Right now, not a bad risk reward with World Liberty Fi taking on this asset, right? It does look like it could potentially be a massive runner this cycle. Any of these longs that you're speculating on taking, I would put below. And it's cool. SEI has really been holding up really strong. Look, this was February 2nd, right? Not this massive dump, right? So when Bitcoin was at 90K, SEI was lower. We had another dump the other day, and we didn't come that low. And Bitcoin's trading at $10,000, $15,000 almost less, right? And SEI is still holding its own, right? So this does look like a speculative trade you could take to the upside, but there is a lot of resistance in the way. We got to go up the SMA ladder. That's super important, right? So you're just getting above the 15, about to get that golden cross on the 15. What I'd like to see for SEI here is for us to flag out, same chart, different asset, right? Everything loves to follow Bitcoin and kind of form similar patterns, right? Some stronger than others, but I would like to see some kind of flag here form over the 15-minute 200 MA for continuation to the upside, right? The stochastics are starting to curve a little bit there, right? You do have that, no, you don't have bear div or anything. It's looking pretty good right now, man. It really is. But I'd like to see that 15-minute 200 MA hold for continuation to the upside, potentially coming up to that, you know, $27, $28 region. And there are shorts up here. There's definitely shorts here. Look how many times we hit this zone, right? And this is going to be resistance, right? You touched once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, right? You crack that and flip it into support, right? That's a support resistance flip, and you can get rolling here on SEI, man. You really can. And this is a play on the gaming space, right? It really is. And if gaming takes off, SEI likely going to be one of the leaders, right? And that's what you want to see for SEI, taking it back to 30 cents. I can't believe that, right? When I first started looking at SEI, it was up at 60 cents. It was up in that 60-cent region, right? Back here, whenever, oh, this was when I was getting out of the Navy, baby. November 8th. Shout out to all the service members in the chat, baby, in the chat. All the service members, November 8th. Yeah, we were up here in that 50-cent region. I remember the towering candle up to 60. That was crazy, right? Yeah, so SEI looking pretty good, especially comparatively to Bitcoin right now. Speaking of altcoins, that's what I'm seeing for SEI, right? You're speculating on a bounce here. You do have some pretty nice bullish No, not really. You don't have a lot of bullish divergence, but the RSI is curving up very, very nicely, right? Yeah, and you want to see this start curving over on the daily. On the weekly, let's see. The weekly, you did create a new lower low, right? Was this a 786 retracement? I don't think it would be based off of, yeah, the last one was no, 886. You touched here, you're looking for a double bottom right here off the 886. It could happen. It could happen. A little more speculative and a little more high risk. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. But yeah, SEI looking good. Hey, Trump decided to get in right now. I mean, I'm not saying that any of his investments have paid off so far because he's been buying pretty much the highs of everything. It's been pretty crazy. I can't believe that for World Liberty 5. But hey, you know, if you're speculating on this project doing well, right, over time, this could be some of the best prices you ever see for SEI, right? There were people like speculating up here, oh, it's about to go to $1. Well, at $1, you would have an additional, if you put in $100 in the SEI at $1, you'd have 100. But if you put in $100 here, you'd have 400 SEI. It gets up that same price. You're $400 compared to their $100. You know, that's the kind of how you want to treat investing, right? You got to buy at the lows, right? And if you have faith and conviction in this project, that's where you want to be looking at, right? Like these prices right here, where you're bouncing off a key critical support. Now, that being said, you start breaking these levels and you start closing candles below, you got to assume that you're going to come back and at least test the lows down here at like 10 cents. I don't think that's going to happen for SEI. I think there's too much institutional backing, especially with World Liberty 5 starting to hit the buy button, right? All right, diving into the chat. Hey, oh, what's up? So what's up, SEI? A lot of short liquidations. Yeah, please look at Hex. Wanda, Hex, absolutely. What happened with Hex today, everybody? We gotta look. We gotta take a little peeper, right? We gotta take a little peeper. Hex news. Let's see. Something had to have happened. Ah, there it is. Maybe? No. Ah, there it is. I didn't even know this about Hex. The founder, I had a lawsuit against him. What, for stealing a diamond? For stealing some diamond or something? Yeah, he was accused of... Federal judge on Friday dismissed the lawsuit of the U.S. Securities, SEC, miss you, Gary. I mean, kind of, based off of the price action we've been getting recently. Accusing an online entrepreneurship of raising more than $1 billion through unregistered cryptocurrency offering, defrauding investors out of $12.1 million to buy luxuries, including the world's largest black diamond, right? So the SEC dropping that suit, whenever you get, that would be like Mark Zuckerberg having a massive lawsuit against him, right, for fraud for Facebook. Facebook would start selling off, right? But as soon as that case got closed or got dismissed, Facebook would start flying again. It's just trust in the founder, and that's really cool to see for Hex, right? That's really, really cool. All right, so let's look at Hex right here. It's going to be massive, just like PulseX earlier. They're all related, right? They are all related. All right, Hex, baby. Hex. Where are we looking? No, this cannot be the right chart. This can't be. This can't be. Let's look at deck screener. Hex, baby. Ah! All right, pulling it up on the chart, everybody. Let's take a sip of that monster. Get that energy going, everybody. Get that energy going. You know, I'm gonna show you guys something that's gonna get you hyped, right? You guys are about to see this streaming pants. Every night, Warren, for the stream. Don't laugh at me. Right? Here we go. I got to show you these guys. These are my streaming pants, right? Let's see if we can see this here. Can you guys get that, right? My streaming pants, my nice streaming pants. Let's see if I can get that. Oh yeah, look at that. What is that? The dorsiflexion, right? On my feet. My feet normally stand like that. I usually walk on my toes. And I can't straighten out my leg any further than that because of hamstring tightness, because we don't stretch, because stretching is the hardest part of working out. But that's what we're looking at for the streaming pants today, right? Slash every day. Never been washed, right? Never been washed. Hence the little emojis that are on them. The lady doesn't really like not washing them, right? Like, or me not washing them. But hey, it is what it is, and she's just gonna have to deal with that, right? She's just gonna have to deal with it. These are the streaming pants, right? You can't wash that. They're lucky, right? They're lucky streaming pants. All right, here we go for Hex. Let's dive in. We got a massive support line right here and a resistance line here for Hex. Just consolidating in this range, right? I would take it a little more. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Having two massive green candles, just like PulseX and Pulse Chain, right? Looking really, really good here. You have falling volume with falling price. That's always a good sign. You got a massive, massive green candle there for volume, right? You do have some sell orders coming in, nothing to be worried about. You have a massive $10 billion market cap. This is one of the more established chains. Yeah, so that's what you're looking at for Hex. You're just looking at this consolidation here, just like PulseX, right? And you can see if you get this breakout to the upside. How would I trade this, right? Well, if I'm going to trade it after 2 days like that, if I'm going to trade it, right, after a 60% move, I would need a substantial break to the upside, and I would need to see a retest. If we don't see a retest, it could run without me, baby. It could run without me. I'm not going to be really stressed about that. I'm not going to stress about it at all, right? Because I don't have a vested interest in it. But, right, like if you're going to get a move like that, how many times are we going to chase 3 massive green candles, right? That are probably going to push Hex up 100% from the bottom? Probably not, right? Because the retracement on that, even if you get a 618 retrace, that's a 61% retrace. If you use anything, if you use any leverage at all besides spot, you would get liquidated. And I'm not about to play that game with Hex right now, right? I'm not saying it's going to come down. It's on a massive tear and has a potential to keep running. But if you're going to speculate on a long position right now, it's just a little more dangerous than normal, right? All right. Thank you, April. Love the pants. I love the emojis in there, right? Yeah, the poo pants, right? Yeah, looking really good. We will keep you updated on the daily pants. I can't do a daily pants one because what if I decide to wear no pants one day, right? No pants, right? I don't think that would be good for the algorithm, and I might get banned. And the Boys Crypto community will never reach that 100 subscriber milestone, baby. We'll never reach that 100 subscriber milestone. So we do want to wear pants every day for the stream. Very important. That's Hex right there, right here in a nutshell, right? Let's get out of some of this. Let's close some of this, right? All right, cool. Got out of all the inappropriate stuff before the stream. That's good, right? You don't see any of that on my tabs. Big good, big good. All right, let's look at Bitcoin dominance, right? How are the altcoins pairing against Bitcoin here, right? So we do have this massive bearish divergence here on the, let's clear up some of this, right? We do have this massive bearish divergence rearing its head here, right? And this could, we have this massive bearish divergence here forming, right? And did form and did confirm, right, on the daily for Bitcoin dominance, right? You have that swing down, you have that lower high created with equal highs here in price action or percentage action in this case, right? So now you're kind of ranging. You are ranging. You did double bottom off this region, right? And now you're ranging. I still am biased to the downside here for Bitcoin dominance, right? We are getting that 3 white soldiers pattern, right? That's not what we want to see for Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance starts shooting up. Bitcoin could start stealing the show again, and that's not what we want to see for our magical altcoin internet money, right? We do not want to see that if we want to see our altcoin bags move. We want to see this bear div kick in, right? And it still hasn't been invalidated. It would have to break above this RSI point, right? But yeah, we're looking for this to roll over, get rejected by this 21 here, roll over, right, and come down, test this 200-day moving average, right, the daily 200 moving average. This is where I would become a major bull for altcoins, right? The last time we did this, we did have a minor alt season right from the top here. We also did have the same kind of pattern. What do we have here? We had swing highs, right? We had higher high, higher high, higher high, lower high, lower high, lower high on price action, right? That was double bearish divergence, right? This is only single right now, right? It does have the potential to push up one, you know, maybe make another equal high and create like triple bearish divergence. That is possible. The stochastics are reset. Not what I like to see, right? But let's see if we get this rollover here. I'd say it could go either way right here for Bitcoin dominance. I really do. I will say if Bitcoin dumps, if Bitcoin does take the plopper, right? This thing is going to absolutely skyrocket out of this flag, right? To the upside. That is not what we want to see for Bitcoin dominance here in the near term, because altcoins would get absolutely bent over the barrel and shown the 50 states. Shout out to horrible bosses. All right, I'm diving in. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you. Yes, that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin dominance here. That's what we're looking at for Bitcoin dominance. Coins, questions. What's up, boys? Always welcome in the chat. Just drop them in there. I respond to all of them. You know, hey, you guys are my community. I appreciate each and every one of you sharing your time with me here tonight. Hey, this is a community we're building one break at a time, baby. We're going to build this house. I'm super excited to do that with you. You guys are some of my earliest followers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This will not be forgotten. I will remember all your names in the chat. So, Sin Nasty Kid, April, Wanda, Michaela, hey, to all you guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's go over and look at Ethereum. Ethereum was struggling massively, right? It was struggling massively, but since has gotten above, right? We fell down, we've all the way to 2K, almost, right? We almost took out that liquidation wick, that is crazy, right? That's crazy price action. But right now, in the near term, right, just like Bitcoin, getting above that 15-minute 200 MA with pending golden crosses, right, which are inevitable right now. Like that 21 will cross the 200 here in the next hour or so, probably in the next 15-minute candle. But this just does look to continue to the upside. Whenever you break the 15-minute 200 MA, a super bullish sign. We're likely to come up that high volume node at about 2385. That looks really, really good to me and promising for Ethereum here. The last time we broke it was when we were up here at about $2,800, right? So you break the 15-minute 200, you can open up a short, put a stop on the other side, and boom, ride that baby down. Here, same thing, opposite, right? You could break the 15-minute 200 MA, put a stop beneath the prior low, right? And ride this thing to the upside. That is a strategy that you can use, right? Now, it doesn't work when you get in a choppy price action like this, but you still get some massive pumps when you get above the 15-minute 200 MA. Look right here, 15-minute 200 MA, boom, right? You get below the 15-minute 200 MA, boom, little dump. Below the 15-minute, you got above here, you would have gotten stopped out, but you could have opened up a short right here, 15-minute 200 MA, boom, right? And it looks really, really good. You get above, right? You get above and you stay above, right? You get below and you stay below, right? Until you don't, right? So it's kind of a cool indicator. And whenever you have massive dumps, right? Whenever you have massive dumps like we've had over the past couple days for Ethereum, right? This is a really key reversal sign, right? Breaking some of these smaller time frame 15-minute 200 MAs. Why? Well, when you start breaking 200 MAs, because of the size of the dump, right? You could go out to your larger time frames, and these 200 MAs are so gapped away from each other that the potential for a squeeze to the upside is so massive. Look at these 200 MAs, right? Let's look at them. We got the 2 hour, right? And we'll just start with the 2 hour. We got the 1 hour, right? We got the 30 right here, right? So you break the 30, you're likely to come to the 1 hour, right? We already broke the 15, so we're likely to come to the 30. We're likely to come up here and at least test this zone, right? That $2,340 level. But you break that and you hold above the 30, right? And you form some flag or something like that. Where are you going, right? Well, you got that high, let's see. You got that high volume node right here. Ooh! You got that high volume node, but that gap up is massive for Ethereum. Come on, measuring tool. That gap up is massive for Ethereum, 7.42%, taking you to 2,500. This could happen over the course of the night, and Americans would wake up and be like, oh my gosh, what is happening to my altcoin, right? It could definitely happen. We are in an area, what do we say about weekend trading, everybody? It's dangerous, right? It is. It's an area of low liquidity where the market, not the market maker, I guess a lot of the market makers, the institutions, cannot place orders, right? They can't place orders. They can't take orders off the books. They can't do anything, right? So it's just in the hands of you, me, your mom, your dad, and everybody, your sister, your dog, hitting its paw on your phone, executing long orders at 100x when you don't mean to, right? Those are the orders that are making this market move right now due to the lack of liquidity, right? And it will stay that way until Sunday night at about 7 o'clock when the Asian markets start to come to life, and 9:30 when they open, right? So that's very, very, very important. To look at whenever you're looking at the charts on the weekend. It's just a lot more volatile on the weekend, and moves can happen a lot quicker, right? That's why it's fun to trade a little higher leverage on the weekend, right? But we got some really good entries here, and over the weekend, people are going to see this. People are going to see this bounce. They're going to freak out about the dump, right? If they haven't looked at their portfolio this week, which I can't imagine they wouldn't, because I look at my portfolio about every 7.5 minutes. But if they see this bounce, right, and they see Bitcoin maybe creating a higher low on the macro, right, and speculating on that, and people start averaging in, it can move the price very quickly in the upward direction, right? Let's pull up Bitcoin here. It can move the price, and altcoins, right? People will see altcoins at these prices and think, hey, if Bitcoin does go back to 100K, if Bitcoin does go back to that 100K level, what will happen to my altcoin, right? It's likely that the altcoins will get a recovery, right? This dominance will roll over and you will get a push to the upside. We are forming a massive bullish engulfing candle here. We are up massively on the day for these trades. I realize you guys can't see this stuff. You guys cannot see this stuff with my camera the way it is, right? So I'll zoom, whoop, hey, we go over here, whoop, 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 whoop. Right? Oh my gosh, almost messed up OBX right there. All right. Or OBS, whatever it's called. Yep. All right, cool. We're diving on in. That's what I'm looking at in the near term, right, for Bitcoin, for the altcoins. What coins you guys want to go over? Drop them in the chat. Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin and alts are going up. I've never seen that before. Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin and alt. Yes. All right, so Bitcoin dominance, right? Yes, so thank you for the question, man. Thank you for the question. And if I'm not answering what I think you're asking, let me know in the chat, brother. All right, so Bitcoin dominance. Yes, Bitcoin dominance is going up, right? But this just means comparatively, it doesn't mean people are selling out of their altcoins. It means comparatively, the amount of money that is getting put into the crypto space right now is going into Bitcoin, right? With this candle as it stands, right? The 15-minute breaking above the 200 MA, looking to break out. This just means that Bitcoin is likely to run a little harder than the altcoins in the near term. And that does make sense, right? We did have a massive push down here for Bitcoin dominance, right? And maybe looking to make that shoulder head, kind of right shoulder vibe, push to the upside. It could happen, right? So what do, right? For Bitcoin dominance, we take our fib from our swing high to our swing low right there, and we can speculate on nice reversal zones, right? Like the 618 area, conveniently 61.68. For the 618 or the 61.68% area, right? All the way up that 62% area, that would be a bearish 786. That would likely retrace us back to the downside, right? Price likes to swing from direction to direction, right? So our fibs help us with that and help us analyze where there are likely reversal points. But right now, it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin dominance as far as like, if you're a Bitcoin maxi, right? Like you're like, hey, yeah, Bitcoin's about to steal the show. And it does look likely. Like, look at here, Bitcoin on the 15-minute. People are liking Bitcoin at these prices, and I don't blame them, right? What if Bitcoin goes back to 100K and you had the opportunity to nab some up at 78.5K? Man, I bought the dip at 75K, and now we're over 100K, and all your friends will be like, no way, brother, how'd you do that? That's so wild. You had to have some crazy nuts to do that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You had to have some major nuts to buy down here in the extreme greed, the crypto fear and greed index. Let's pull that up right here. Crypto fear and greed. Boom, 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 baby, boom. Let's look at the fear and greed. How freaked out are people? Are people scared? Oh, at 20, right? We are still in the extreme fear territory. Okay. But we were in extreme fear yesterday. People are getting a little bit of hope here, right? With that bounce that came off the 200 MA. Now we're at we're still in extreme fear in 20. This historically has been a great time to accumulate your favorite projects. This is the area where you want to be accumulating, in my professional opinion, right? Again, not financial advice, but averaging in on those trades as we did, even though we were down in the extreme fear, actually made to be pretty profitable, right? To be determined, right, when we get those, when we take those profits on those trades. But it looks really, really good here in the near term as far as fear. Some hope is being restored, but ultimately we are still in the extreme fear zone. This has a lot of room to run to the upside. A lot of room to run to the upside. This is like when you're filling your tank and you're looking at it and it's $3. Like if you have a 2009 Toyota Corolla base model with the windows that you got to crank, and it's hard to talk to people outside of your passenger window because you got to reach over the center console and do the window, you know, the windmill to get your window to go down, right? Or it could be $12 when you're looking at your nice souped up Super Duty Ford F-150 Yeehaw-mobile that's raised up on 25, 250-inch tractor tires, right? That guzzles half a gallon, a mile. So, that's what it's looking like, right? You're looking at filling up that gas tank, right? And you have a long way to go here on the fear and greed index. It's really good for the long-term outlook. It's really good for the long-term outlook, right? So, and this could take some time. Just a month ago, look at last month, we were in the greed, baby. We were in the greed, right? When Bitcoin was topping out, right? Now, you could take this as top and bottom signals. You really could, right? And historically, you would have done very, very well, right? You buy in the fear, you sell in the greed. Warren Buffett class 101, right? All right, let's dive in. Let's look at Sand, Wanda. Sand, absolutely. Wanda with the chats. Thank you, Wanda, for dropping in your coins. Let's dive in. Sand, baby, Sand. Look at this. How similar does this look to everything else? That's crazy, right? We just got above the 15-minute 200 MA, just like Bitcoin. We flagged above the 15-minute 200 MA, just like Bitcoin, right? Boop, boop, boop. Flagged above, just like Bitcoin. Kind of an uglier flag, right? You could say that this is our flag right here. That looks pretty good to me, right? You got multiple touch points on both sides. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That looks really good. You have your flagpole here. 21s with price action, supporting price action at the top of the band. Sand looks to run, baby, in my opinion, all the way up to that 35.5-cent level, right? All the altcoins are screaming. Even Bitcoin screaming higher, baby, higher. Yesterday, I promise you, when you were on Twitter, this is over. This could be it. Warning everybody. Dump, 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 right? I did post a dump video, but I said, hey, this is where we're likely to bounce. I don't think the bull market's over, baby. This thing is going to continue. It really will. It's highly unlikely that this was the end of the cycle, right? In my opinion, it is highly unlikely we reach the end of the cycle, right? It's possible, but I think it's highly unlikely, right? There's not enough FOMO, right? The FOMO, like, when you get, those animals you see when they get rabies and they're foaming at the mouth, right? And it looks like they just got bubbles coming out of everywhere. That's what people were looking like in 2017 when we were at that 20K top and people were freaking out like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get me some Bitcoins, right? That's the FOMO that you're gonna see at the top. When you start seeing that, you're gonna realize, oh my gosh, this could be the top. When everybody's talking about something, that's likely the top. When was everybody talking about Trump coin? At the top, right? Who's talking about Trump coin now? You guys see that in the media anymore? I'm just bringing up Trump coin. And if that was a workaround to get me on my meme rant, which I seem to not be able to not do every single night, right? I always end up going on my meme rant, right? But Chill Guy, when was the last time you heard about Chill Guy? At 70 cents, currently trading at no cents, 0 cents, 2 cents, right? When you had that mouth FOMO, right? That rabies kind of FOMO, right? Where you're scratching at your neck, needing more. That's often the top signal, right? And that's what that fear and greed index does. It's really, what in the world is that? I am not playing. What in the world? All right. That's what that fear and greed index does. It measures, right, that amount of fear and greed in the space, right? It's super nice. It's super nice to see. Next update in 19 hours and 35 minutes, right? Ondo, baby, Ondo. One of my favorite coins in the game over to Crypto Bubbles. Yeah, we're doing good on the last hour. 15-minute looking good. 5-minute. But 15-minute looking good. All right. Let's dive on over into Ondo. Real world assets, right? Just partnered with MasterCard, baby. A huge partnership for Ondo, working with their multi-sig on the real world tokenization. Look at that. Breaking through the upside, baby. Milking this trade, man. Milking this trade. Oh my gosh. Ondo, in my opinion, has a lot of room to run. It really does. Still below the daily 200 MA. I acknowledge that, right? We got the stochastics curving. This is a longer term hold for me. Why did I get in this trade? Well, we did have that massive. This is, Look, why was I adding to this trade? Right, well, look, I was adding on this bullish divergence here, just like Bitcoin, right? Swing down, you had a lower low and you had the higher low on the 4 hour. That was a massive indicator to me that a reversal is imminent. We've been trying to catch a reversal. We've been trying, baby. We tried to catch a reversal here because look, was this not 4 hour bullish divergence? To me, it was, right? Boop, right? You had the swing up in the RSI. Well, you had to swing down in price. You got a reaction, but you did not break this high before you broke this low and you capitulated further, right? Breaking divergence, right, is often a massive bearish sign if you're looking for bullish. If you break bullish divergence, you're going to drop hard, and we did, right? So here we are. And this bullish div did play out on the 4 hour. What happened? We broke this high, right, at the wick, right? Why is it green today? I swear I didn't change that. Before we broke this low. Look at that. That was the perfect entry point for Ondo, right? And if you take this, you know, if you take that indicator, the bullish div, right? Even if you win 2 out of 10 times, you're going to be a massively profitable trader if you get the reversal going to the top, right? You don't need to win every trade. You do not need to win every trade. You don't even need to win 50% of your trades. Some people only win 20% of their trades and are insanely profitable because they take super high likelihood setups, right? Or high risk to reward setups based off of probabilities like this, right? There are people that will say this is the bottom for Ondo. What if it was? What if you have an open position on Ondo, right? From here to the bottom and you ride it the entire bull market. Ondo goes up to 10, 15 bucks, which is where I think it's going to end up at the end of the bull run, and you're on leverage and you don't have a so you're talking about a 10x from here or a 15x, right? But if you have 3 or 4x leverage, you're talking about a 45 to a 60x on your position, which is absolutely massive, right? So this is what I'm looking at for Ondo. You know, same story, different chart, right? We have that bullish div on the 4 hour cracking above here. We are in an area of low volume here, looking to come up to the next high volume node, sitting up here at about $1.23. That's going to be a massive move for Ondo, a massive move for Ondo. Let's get that uvula a little moistened here. We are, oh, I don't like that word, moist. Good night. You guys got me going on the hype right now, on the hype, plus the monster, the heart beating, feeling really good, getting a little bloodshot in the eye. I love it. All right, so we're looking for that breakup for Ondo to fill this gap in the VRVP, just like Bitcoin did, coming down on the daily, filling that gap in the VRVP, the next high volume node, right after this. Yeah, that's, yeah. I like this one because it coincides pretty. I like these ones right in here. I don't know. By the time we get there, likely the 4 hours down around this area, around $1.24, that's going to be a likely resistance area for Ondo because you're running into a high volume node, right? And the 4 hour 200 SMA, right? But you're just playing 200 SMA dominoes, right? We knocked down the 15, right? So where are we going, baby? Where are we going? Where are we going, everybody? We're going to The 30, likely, right? The 30, we're already over the 30, right? We're going to the hour, right? Likely to go to the hour up here at $1.05. You got to expect that there's going to be a little resistance here, right? But you break above, where are you going? The 2 hour. And this is up here at about $1.16. Why are they so far apart? Because we've been dumping, baby. We've been dumping so massively hard. We've been dumping harder than, you know, those obese people do in the mornings after they have their morning cup of coffee, right? We're dumping harder than my mom's ex-boyfriend did whenever he sat down on the toilet and broke her toilet seat and brought it out in the kitchen and showed us. Why would he show us that, Danny? Why? Oh, let's ignore that. Let's ignore that. You guys get me talking about things I should be talking about now. Shout out to you, Mom. How you doing, Mom, if you're watching? All right, so we are trying to play that domino game with the 15-minute 200 MAs, right? We broke the 15, we broke the 30, we're coming to the 1 hour, right? The 1 hour sitting at 105, and then we're likely to come up to the 2 hour, right? Sitting up here at about $1.16. That's gonna be a massive, massive resistance zone, right? Each of these 200 MAs are gonna be a resistance zone until they're not. You break and you close, you're likely to at least come up and test the next one. So we want to start playing these dominoes and knocking these down. Look at the 4 hours sitting up here at $1.27, right? The daily a little lower, right? The daily's still rising, right? Because Ondo did go on a massive tear. And the 200-day moving average takes the past 200 days, which includes this massive run up to the upside all the way up to $2.14. Another thing for Ondo that I'm seeing, let's pull our fib right here. Let's pull our fib, we fib. Is that what the kids say? Is that the song? I can't tell you how often learn your Fibonacci's, everybody, and stand by for my beginner course where I'm going to go deep into Fibonacci's. I actually just had to check my microphone. I was like, no way, I've been muted the entire stream. There have been people chatting me. What is going on? If you guys were in the chat and I was muted for over an hour, right? And are we over an hour? Yeah. If I was muted for an hour, I would be incredibly tilted. Look at this, baby. We came down to where, right? Like my girlfriend or her sister, when they're seeing something on Outlander, when Jamie's going and he's saving the day and his Sassenach, right? And they're like, right? That's how you should be feeling when we come down into these golden pocket retracement zones. Here, you should have been like, yeah, like oh man, that one got the uvula, right? But coming down, testing this 786 again. You have a double bottom here, including the wick on the 786, bouncing to the upside. I think we're gonna crack this 200 MA and we are gone, baby, for Ondo. The area that I think that we are gonna have the most difficulty is getting back above that $1.34 region, that high volume node on the macro. But after that, Ondo's gone, baby. This is a new project, one of the hottest coins in the game, in my opinion. And we're gonna be here a year from now. And we're gonna be like, hey, we'll bring this up. We'll bring this clip up. I'll clip this out, and I'm gonna be like, hey, remember when we were looking at Ondo and I was screaming about Ondo, right? In that totally obnoxious screaming voice where your uvula's going like this, but I was screaming about Ondo because it looks so primed on the chart right now. A 786 retracement, we get above that daily 200 MA, and there is not a single bearish thing anybody will be able to tell me about Ondo because it checks all my boxes, baby. It checks all my boxes. We're still in this massive, massive flag here for Ondo. When this cup and handle, baby, a cup and handle on the 786, that is a textbook breakout pattern, right? The cup and handle breaks up to the upside 66% of the time. You get that. And Ondo, baby, that could have been the bottom. If that was the bottom and you go up to the target here, you're looking at 159% on spot. No leverage, just spot. That is a massive move for Ondo, and it could happen fast, everybody. This run that happened back here was nothing for alt season. That run that happened was about a month. It took about a month for a lot of these altcoins to make the move that they did, right? From October, November, December, right? It was like mid-October to about that. Where was it here? Right before the election, right? Yeah, not mid-October. Right before the election, November 5th. November 5th, how long did this run take? How long did this massive 261%, 2.6 times your investment, no leverage, right? It took 43 days. 43 days, right? And now you're forming a big cup and handle on the macro time frame. This can, and I think likely will happen again for Ondo and for a lot of these alts. A lot of these alts, zoom out on the chart, everybody, on the daily, on the weekly. You could see this, right? And Ondo is kind of like a half cup and handle, right? Still works the same way, right? You have the cup, right? You have the cup and the handle, break out to the upside. All these coins are sitting here telling us, they're screaming at us that despite the bearish action, right, that we've seen in the near term here, we're bouncing off of key support areas, right? So that's what we want to see. We want to see a bounce off of here, get get above the daily 200 MA, get above the 21 daily 200 MA, and be gone, baby, and pay us, Ondo, pay us. Real world asset aggregator, partnered with MasterCard just recently, looks really bullish for me for Ondo. I love where Ondo's sitting, and this is sitting lower than a lot of the other altcoins right now. I think Ondo at this price, at $1, is a steal, right? I feel like it's like purchasing Chainlink at $2. I really do. I feel really, really good about this pattern right here for Ondo. All right, let's dive into the chat. Hey, yep, Ondo, that's Ondo for you, Sin Nasty Kid. They beat retail to death. The only thing that saves us to institutionals at this point, yeah, that's true. Your new name is Squirrel. Hey, man, I kind of get what, like that squirrel on Over the Hedge. Yeah. I like to think I'm a little bigger than a squirrel, though. You know, what's up? Ignore the lower half section. The upper half looks good. The lower half, no. All right, not what you guys are thinking. Get your dirty mind out of there. That part is completely fine. I promise. All right, can you check out Algo? So, yes, Algorand has one of the best staking rewards in the game, in my opinion. Algo, baby, Algo. If you're holding Algo for the long term and you are not staking it, good night. I don't know what is that. We did speculate on a long, right, that did not get stopped out, and it's pretty much sitting at its break-even point, a little below, right? I don't remember when we put this out. This was a couple days ago, right? Looking really, really good for Algo, right? Looking good for Algo. We have this massive flag forming here for Algo, right? If you're speculating on a break to the upside, this is the kind of trade that you would likely want to take. Why would I take this? Why would I take this trade? Why do I like the way this looks? I didn't like how we fell below the 200 and started closing some candles, but now we're getting that reversal, right? We do have this bullish divergence forming here on the daily. It's slight. Even though we have a swing down, the swing down here on price action is a lot more violent. That, to me, is still bullish divergence, right? It's still bullish divergence in the book of Boys Crypto, which may be written in the near future. All right, here we go. So you do have bullish divergence here on the daily, right? In my professional opinion, you break above that daily 200, you'll come up to the high volume node area right here between 26 and 29. You know, and that's going to serve as an area of resistance, but you have a massive gap, right? You have a massive gap up here to the $33 region. I just like this flag, man. I really do. I really like this flag. I like this flag forming on the larger time frame. Algo was a coin that got absolutely beaten down for I don't even know. Like it just got absolutely destroyed. I guess you'd call it a falling wedge, right? Falling wedge, or you could call it a flag that had a failed breakout, right? That's true too. But I like this flag for Algo. I really do. Same kind of style as Ondo, right? A little less of a cup, right? But that cup handle vibe, right? You're coming down to where? I'll bet that's a 786. Who thinks that's a 786 before we draw it, right? Who thinks that's a 786 retracement right there before we draw it? I'll bet, right? Watch me be wrong. I bet on it. Hey, right there to the 786 retracement on Algorand, baby. You got that 786 bounce. That's perfect coming down. We didn't test it here. We did test it here and bounce, baby, bounce. You got a massive bounce. Doesn't look like it on the daily candles, but for Algo, that was a 13% move from the bottom to the top. That looks like a very, very good area to speculate on a bounce for Algo, right? I wish I would have drawn that the other day when I was speculating on that long position, right? So it looks good for Algo, right? In the near term. I do like the bounce for Algo. I want to see a daily candle close in 19 hours and 23 minutes. I want to see if this weekend price action could get us back above the daily 200 MA. That is something I would really like to see. Also, whenever you think about weekend price action, everybody, there is the possibility, right? From when this daily candle closed here on Bitcoin, right? We have to think about this. Where'd this daily candle close? Right here, right? Well, since it's the weekend now, right? For Bitcoin, right? Or for all assets, we're forming what's called a CME gap, right? From where an asset closed on Friday to where it opens at on Monday, right? So say Bitcoin's up here, right? There will be a big gap here that price does historically like to fill, right? That is true, right? Doesn't have to happen, doesn't always happen, just something I want to put on your radar, right? Just in case we do get that kind of price action. And who knows, maybe they just let retail buy up throughout the weekend, they continue their Dumposaurus, right? That is also possible. All right, so what are we looking at? Algo looks good to me, man. It really does. You have a couple green candles here in a row, consolidating below the daily 200. You get above that daily 200, and boom, baby, boom. Look what happened the last time we got above the daily 200. You went on a run that Algo did not forget, man. Nobody will ever forget that for Algo. 300% at a time where Algo was just beaten to the ground. I remember people saying we're going back to bear market lows, and you pretty much did. Look, you got absolutely wrecked on Ondo or on Algorand, right? If you just You were feeling the pressure here. You really were. Who was expecting? If anybody said that Algo was about to rip 400% from down here, people would have gotten laughed at. People would have gotten laughed at. And lo and behold, in a month, right around the same time everything else was ripping, Algorand taking a 4.8x right from the bottom, looking absolutely great for Algo, right? That half cup handle, I really do like what I'm seeing. I do. That's what I'm looking at for Algo here. Algo, good night. The acronyms are so similar, right? Bitcoin going on a little bit of a rampage here. Boom, boom, boom on the 15-minute. We're getting that curvature out of the flag to the upside, baby. To the upside. You love it. You gotta love to see it, man. It really do. Squeezing the crap out of the shorts during this low liquidity period. It is nice to see all these shorts are lined up here. You got them all the way. You got them all the way to 97,000. I'm not saying that we're going to just rip up to here, but look at this. We're gapping through areas of the high volume node. We got through here. We gapped up. Look at that gap. Gap up real quick to the next high volume node. Now you got the next one, right? Sitting up here at about 89,000. After that, the gaps are fat, baby. The gaps are fat. Like some of those thigh gaps that I've seen at the carnival. We're going to ignore that, right? So you get those massive squeeze ups, right? These are gaps in the VRVP where there hasn't been a lot of coins traded. Not a lot of buyers stepped in. There were just sellers. So when buyers get into here, right, it's going to feel really, really, really good for volume purposes to get that buy pressure onto the upside, right? To squeeze these shorts. Liquidations everywhere, baby. Liquidations. You got liquidations here. Liquidations here on a triple top, right? You got liquidations here speculating on that bear flag, forming to the downside. Come on, TradingView. You got to speculate in here, forming on the bear. Look at all these shorts that are up here. They got to get squeezed, baby. Like my orange juice. You got to get squeezed. No pulp, baby. You got to get squeezed here. It is likely going to happen, and people can take advantage of that low liquidity and just rip price up, guys. You can see price. We've seen, it doesn't happen often on the weekends. We've seen price move on Bitcoin by 10 to 20% before on the weekends. It could happen. And it has happened before. It will happen in the future. Is this the weekend? It could be. Look at this booming to the upside, baby. Booming to the upside, right? Trades massively in the green here. Looking really, really good. Feeling good. Come on, Quant. Get your bullish gains on, baby. Right? Massively in the green. Bitcoin taking profits at $90,000 off of this call. We already have our stop at break even, breaking up massively to 21 curving. We are likely going to hit this here. It's an area that a lot of shorts have opened up from right here, right? Awesome. It looks like we could squeeze right into there, right? And even if it's a wick, right? That's fine. I got my limit at 90,000. I'm going to be out of my position. I will speculate on the next consolidation for Bitcoin. That's what we are looking at for here in the near term. But back to Algo. That's what I'm seeing for Algo. I do like what I'm seeing. The stochastics looking good. Let's look at the weekly really quick for Algo. Yeah, you're still being held by the 200 weekly. That's okay. The stochastics are reset. You did have that bull div here on the weekly. That is what kicked you up to the upside. That was nice. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for Algo. You're just consolidating this flag, man. It may take some time to play out. I'm not saying it's going to play out, today, tomorrow, or the next day. But right, that's a nice flag here on the weekly, right? Off the, you could call this a massive cup and handle here, right? And if you take the target right from the, the flagpole, you're going up pretty quickly to 76 cents, man. You really can. You can do it in a month. It has happened and will happen before. It did just happen in November, right? You could have a 160% move. You break above that weekly 200 SMA, and it is bull market, baby. Bull market to the upside. You will be stampeding. Has anyone ever been to a bullfight where those guys get in the ring and they let a wild bull that has a rubber band strapped to their testicles to make it real mad, and they just run around it? Insane. I went to my first one the other day, right? And that's the kind of bull market I want to see. I want to see the bull market, right, where price action acts like a bull with its testicles wrapped in a rubber band, right? If mine were wrapped in a rubber band, I would act the same exact way, right? I would start running, I would start screaming, I would start bucking my head, and I would not stop, right? Until someone helped me, saved me, or put me down, right? So that's the kind of run that we want to see here, right? And it looks really, really good out of this cup and handle for algo. Looks really, really good. That's my analysis on algo, man. That's what I'm seeing. If you're looking at the short term, probably looking just like Bitcoin, I bet. Break above the 15-minute 200 MA, running like Bitcoin, baby. Running like Bitcoin is dominance, giving us a little bit of a dumpy poo here. Let's see. Yeah, it is not. It is not. Dominance absolutely ripping to the upside, showing that Bitcoin has most of the strength right now. Yes, things can pump, so things can pump when Bitcoin, everything can pump when Bitcoin dominance pumps. It's just saying that Bitcoin is pumping harder than your average altcoin. That's all it's saying. Bitcoin goes up 5%, your average altcoin goes up 3-4%, right? That can happen, and Bitcoin dominance can moon during times like that, right? And that's kind of honestly, like with what we're seeing right now, that's okay, right? If we get a 786 retracement and then a sharp downward rip, I'm not gonna worry about that too much here on the weekend, right? But you know, Bitcoin dominance does look like to go on a tear. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over the last hour since we've been on the stream. Bitcoin dominance has just been on an absolute moonshot. All right, let's dive in. Hey, algo, that's my analysis on algo. So thank you for bringing that up, man. Let's dive in. Sin Nasty get Kaito. You know, what did we say about Kaito the other day? I want to go to Kaito. What we were talking about a 786 retracement, right? If I remember right. Kaito, baby. We talked about that 786 retracement bounce. That's what I was looking at for Kaito. Kaito, baby. Oh, did we get it? Did we get it? Tell me we got it. Tell me we got the 786. I'm going to zoom in here. What was I looking at here? Oh, I was looking at, oh my gosh, I didn't have the original one drawn. Didn't have the original one drawn, man. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's look at what we got here for Kaito, right? I said that I was speculating on a bounce, right? From the swing low, right? To the upside of the 786. And where'd we come? Where'd we come? Where'd we come? Sin Nasty Kid, look at this, man. Down to the dollar, right? Down to the dollar. It was down to the dollar. That 189, I don't remember what price we were looking at when we were looking at it, man. But we were talking about a retracement down to the 786, and I'd be looking for a bounce. Boom, baby, boom. Now, where do we go from here? These are 15-minute candles, right? We did get the bounce out the 786. Was that yesterday? Was that right after the stream? At 3:30 in the morning? Is that when that happened? Sin Nasty Kid. Big retracement, 786, right on the money, man. Sniper school, baby. We were like, yeah, those special ops guys, right? Laying down in the grass in the ghillie suit, right? Trying not to itch yourself as your target's coming in. The target comes in, and you don't want to miss the long, and you get in that Kaito on the 786 retracement, baby, and you get that move to the upside. What kind of move were we looking at here for Kaito? Well, we were speculating on a bounce, right? We speculated on a bounce. What kind of move did we get, right? From the right where we would have gotten in at the 786, you got an 11% bounce. That's a pretty nice move, man. Let's zoom in on the 5-minute time frame and see what we got going on here for Kaito. So what I'm seeing right here, based off of just a quick glance of Rooney, I like the 15-minute a little better, honestly. This is what I'm seeing for Kaito, right? And you even did get, I bet you got it here too, right? You had that initial bounce off the 786 and you form a cup and handle, right? Form a cup and handle here. And you probably bounce off the 786 or 618 again, right? Form that cup handle, bottom to top, golden pocket, boom to the upside, right? You had that cup handle. You retrace to the macro 786. Retrace to the macro 786, right? From swing low to swing high, right? Oh man, this is confusing with the colors. This might make my computer crash, right? This is kind of a dyno that I'm doing this on. It's crazy to think that, right? All right, so you got a 786 retracement. You had that cup handle down to the 786 of that cup and handle, and boom, baby, to the upside. That looks really good to me. That looks really good to me. So this is so Sin Nasty Kid. That looks really good, man. That looks so good. All right. Okay, now you're looking at what I would speculate on, right? You're kind of forming this resistance line overhead, right? Resistance, 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 resistance. You've touched it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times already. That is your resistance line right here. What I would speculate on, right? You've already formed a support channel right here. And this is what I would keep in mind, right? When you're looking at Kaito, right? For the near term on the 15-minute time frame, it looks like that this is a symmetrical triangle angled up a little more, right? Gives you a little bias to the upside, right? But looking for that bounce based off the 786 and the cup and handle 786, I think you're going to target, man. I really do. I think you're gonna moon from here. I think you're gonna go all the way up to at least 245 and give it a shot, right? That's a 16% move from here. That looks really good. On the other side, right, that support line can break, right, and take you back down to 169. I'm not saying I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but you gotta take the probabilities into account, right? Right off the 786 golden pocket retracement. I cannot wait to bring you guys that video on the beginner series. The 786 golden pocket, the area between the 618 and 786. You use the 786. I like the 786 because it is most conservative in an area where a lot of traders like to get in on assets, baby. Get in on those assets, right? That looks really good. I mean, you could say, oh, boys, crypto, this is a bear flag on the downside, right? Let's flip this upside down and see what this looks like. Let's flip Rooney it upside down. No, I wouldn't call it that. That looks horrible. That looks ugly. Now, if we flipped it upside down, does this not look like a shoulder, head, right shoulder to you guys? You know, you got that shoulder, you got that head, you got that right shoulder, right? In a symmetrical triangle, looks really good. Inverse head and shoulder, shoulder, head, right shoulder, boom, to the upside. That looks highly likely. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but Sin Nasty Kid, that's what I am looking at for Kaito. We're going to leave this here, man. We're going to leave this here, and you have to keep in mind, where's the likely area, right? If you're speculating on a long here, and I know you can trade this leverage, baby. I know you can trade this leverage, right? So if you're speculating on a long here, where would I look at taking profits? Well, you have your target up here at 245. You have your target here at 245, and this is just you speculating on a long, right? And what's that in confluence with? Well, let's take our bearish retracement, right? Let's take our bearish 786, right? Just like the bullish 786, you gotta have your bearish 786, right? Your bearish 786 comes up here to 269.85. That's an area where people are gonna speculate on shorts, right? So that may be a good area to take a little bit off the table. I'm not saying take everything off the table, but take a little bit off the table, you know what I mean? Because if you get that 786, like we did here on the bullish side, right? And we start ripping down, you're gonna be really happy that you took a little bit off the table right there. And it's so hard to do. It's so hard to take profits, everybody. I get it, right? One to go all the way to target. It's hard to take profits. It is what it is. But we're going to go. That's also going to be in the beginner series. When to take partial profits, when to move your stops, all that kind of stuff. I can't wait to bring that to you guys. I'm going to be working on that for you guys right after this stream. All right. Do you trust the divergences more on the Stokes or the RSI? So, yeah. Great question. Great question. I don't look at divergences on the stochastics. The stochastics show me momentum, right? Show me momentum, right? You could say, hey, this is, okay. Let's see here. Let's see. I never really look at stochastics for bullish or bearish divergence, man. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin chart, baby. Bitcoin. All right, cool. Bitcoin, baby, Bitcoin. I love this asset, man. Thank you for being here with me, guys. I love this. I love sharing this journey with you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you for your support in the space. So whenever I'm looking at divergence, right, it's hard for me to pull lines from something that's so smooth, right? The stochastics often get you a spike, right? That allow you to form clear support and resistance lines, right? So whenever I'm looking at it, I like looking at it on the stochastics. That's just my personal opinion, man. I have heard of people doing it on the stochastics. I just haven't really honestly been able to look at the charts and understand where they're bringing their lower high points to, right? I mean, you can like right here. It just doesn't look clean to me. It doesn't look clean. I like these lines here on the RSI indicator. Stochastics show me momentum, right? We're a little toasted here on the 15-minute. We may flag out or do something like that, right? While the 21 catches up the price action. But if I could use the RSI to catch divergence, I don't like using too many indicators, man. You'll see people with this, and this on the screen, and there'll be this following this, and this, and this, and this, and then you have circles here, and then you have this, and this, and this, and oh, it's crossing the circle, and you have all that kind of stuff, right? That's not what I like having on my screen. I like having a clean chart. I have 4 indicators. I have the 21 simple moving average, the 200 simple moving average, the stochastic RSI on 14, the base as it comes, and the RSI on 14, right? I love this indicator, man. I really do, right? So even here, right, you don't. So here you have equal highs, right, over and over and over again, right? Look at this. Look at this here. You have equal highs. Oh my gosh, trading view, come on, baby. So you got equal highs here, so on the stochastics, right? Going all the way from down here. Look at this. Equal high, because you could get pinned at 100, right? But the RSI goes further. The RSI goes way further, right? Cool. So this is what we're looking at. You have equal high, equal high, equal high, equal high, equal high. By that notion, right? You were just forming bearish. Look, you have this max point, right? On the RSI, you don't have that. It will continually run. That's why I like seeing the divergence on the RSI. It's just a personal preference of mine, man. I have heard of people doing it with stochastics. I just haven't had much success with it, and it's just not part of my trading strategy, brother. But thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for asking the question, man, because I promise you, you having that question, somebody else did too, and it's awesome to be able to get those answers to everybody. Thank you so for bringing that up. That's just my personal opinion, man. That's what I like to see on That's what I like to see on the RSI. Now we do have bearish divergence here, right? We do have bearish divergence here on the 15 forming on Bitcoin. We got a swing up here, while we got a swing down on the RSI. That's not good to see, right? That's not what you want to see for this asset right here in the near term. But you know, I'm still speculating on the hour being able to take over, crack these highs, right? We may form a shoulder ahead. We may get that right shoulder going, dip down here to about 83 and start ripping up a little harder. That could definitely be the case as well. If you guys are interested in what I'm doing with my trades, follow me on X at BoysCrypto102 for when I decide to either abandon or add trades or take profits or anything, right? That's where I'm posting all my trade setups and ideas for now. Until we get that Discord going, baby. We're going to get that Discord going soon. I'm super excited to bring that to you guys. Super awesome, right? All right, yeah, Sin Nasty Kid, that's what I'm looking at, man. That's what I'm looking at for... what was I looking at? Well, Kaito. Congratulations, man. If you got in early on that, that is a big deal. That's a big deal. The internet of crypto, the new internet of crypto. Let's see what Crypto Bubbles is telling us right now in the last 15 minutes. Hex and Pulse Chain are going to be all over the place, right? With that news, right? The Pi Network taking a little bit of a beatdown. Why is Pi Network taking a little bit of a beatdown? Well, with the rest of the altcoins starting to recover, everybody. The rest of the, look at this. Pi is the only red, essentially the only red, Nexo, I don't even know what that is. Pi is the only red thing here on the daily. Well, why, right? Well, Pi went on a monumental run over the last couple of days. People will take profits speculating on altcoin recovery. They're not just going to hold something that went up 3, 4, 5x, right? Or in this case, Pi went up, you know, a 2, 3x, well, more than that, a 4x, right? In just a day, a couple of days, right? A 4x for Pi Network. That's insane gains. You're not going to 4x again immediately. You're not. But you know what has the potential to do another 100% run? Any of these altcoins down in the dumps, right? Chainlink gets back up to $28, which was, you know, or $30, which it was there in November, right? That's a double up again. So you could double up what you've already quadrupled. That's an 8 up, right? Unlikely that Pi goes and doubles up in price again, right? After that massive run, especially when a lot of these coins have shown massive weakness and are at 786 retracements, people will take profits out of that and put them into different kinds of projects, right? People rotate money around the space. This is a perfect example of that, right? This is why we cannot chase. Why we cannot chase those green candles every year. Thank you, Ondo. Thank you for pumping, baby. Thank you. Oh, one of the bigger bubbles today. I love seeing that. H-bar, one of the bigger bubbles. XLM, taking a little bit of a bounce. Jupiter, come on, Jupiter, get up there, baby. One of the best APYs in the game. All right, that is what I got going on for tonight, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I am super hyped up that you guys chose to spend your Friday night with me. You guys are absolute legends. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream time. If you guys love the stream time, love this new stream time, drop that in the comments below. Let me know where you think some of these projects are going. Is Bitcoin done dumping, right? Are we going to keep moving up to the upside? I'm excited to see that. Oh, so coming in at the last minute, trying to be... Boys Crypto, let's get in there and let's do one more analysis. You know what? That's what had me going for 3 hours the other night. So, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep going, brother. You guys keep dropping stuff in the chat. We'll keep riding. I love it, man. I love it. Let's see. All right. Hey, love the new time. Thank you, Sin Nasty Kid. What are your thoughts? From everybody, So's got the floor. What are your thoughts on taking a trade with conviction? And how many invalidations would it take for you to get out before it goes bad? All right, so we're going to go over risk management here. Risk management is everything in trading, right? Why did I say some traders can win 20% of their trades and be incredibly profitable? Because they take 10-to-1 risk reward trades. And if they only win 2 of those trades out of 10, they've doubled up on their initial investment, right? Even though they've lost 8 trades. So whenever I'm looking for trades, I love, there's a couple different, there's so many different trading styles, right? It depends on if we're trading continuation. Are you looking at trading this bull flag, right? Or are you looking at catching the reversal to the downside, right? So it depends on what you're looking at. So, right? For me, whenever I'm looking at a trade, I like to have 2 points of confluence. I like to have 2 points. If you just look at divergences, it could play out for you. It really could. But if you have 2 points of confluence, it gives me the warm and fuzzies, right? It really does give me the warm and fuzzies. So whenever I'm looking at a trade like this bull flag, right? This bull flag, I like lows. I like a couple things. I like divergence. I like low stochastics. I like a cross of the 200, and I like any kind of retracement, right? I really do like any kind of retracement in that golden pocket, right? So let's take this bull flag, for example, right? This bull flag, right, going up. And this wasn't a trade I took, right? This wasn't a trade I took, but this is just to give you an example, right? So why was I looking at this bull flag as I was? Well, I'm glad you asked so, right? So, we got a cross of the 15-minute 200. Let's get a check mark, right? Let's get a green check mark because bullish, baby, bullish. We haven't had enough green on the charts lately, everybody. It's been red and doom and gloom. We're about to see these green candles, baby. We got the 200 cross, right? 200. And my handwriting is horrible, especially with a mouse, right? Whenever I write with a pencil, no one's ever taught me to write normally. I just grip it with a fist like this, right? I break the pencils all the time. I used to have to jam it when I was in elementary school into the sharpener all the time. And when it would get like a little nub like this, it would be really, really difficult to grip it. That's why my pinky finger is so strong, right? I can only grip pencils with my fist, cannot write like this. It is, what are we drinking, tea? Yeah, that's just a disability of mine. All right, diving in. Here we go. So we got the 200 cross, right? I like that, right? So, well, we didn't just have the 200 cross. We have a pattern for them, right? We have a bull flag, right? Pattern, PTRN, right? I also have a difficulty spelling. Blame that on my spelling teacher, Miss Zimmerman from the first grade. Pattern, PTRN, right? We have a pattern, right? And we got a check mark right there. And this will be a lot easier. I'm going to have this nice and beautiful here for you in the beginner series. I will, man. It's going to be a breakdown, not just for beginners, right? Just for anybody going over just my thought process when it comes to trades, right? So we have a pattern. That's 2 checks, baby. That's 2 checks of confluence, right? I like the 21 coming up over the price action. So that's a golden cross, right? That's another one. Golden cross. Gold cross. You know what? This is gonna look so much better. And we have the 200. We have a 200 cross. We have a pattern, a bull flag, right? We have a golden cross, right? And stochastics being low, right? Stochastics being low right here. Low stochastics. So that's 4 confluences that tell me, boys, crypto, this flag's about to moon to the upside, baby. That's what I'm looking at. 1, stochastics low, golden cross, right? Coming in on the 15-minute time frame. You have an established pattern, a bull flag, and you cross the 200. Recipe for success, baby. Recipe for success. That's just how I would trade a bull flag, right? A bull flag. Will it always work out? No. But the more confluences you have, that's the more warm and fuzzies. That's the more things that have to go wrong, right? In order for this to fail. The 200 would have to crack. The golden cross would have to revert. You'd have to revert to a death cross, right? Your pattern would have to break to the downside, and your stochastics would have to come up here into overbought. Those things would need to happen in order for this trade not to work out, right? So that's what I'm looking at here whenever I'm trading this bull flag. Thank you for the question, man. Thank you for the question. I love that. Waiting for the moon. Hey, welcome, man. Welcome. I'm glad you're in the chat. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for jumping in. Voice is the man for the people. Respect. Thank you. So, hey, yeah, man. I'm always gonna be here for you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining in, and spending your time with me tonight. That's the most precious asset, everybody, from the Crypto Lifer. That's what he says. Your most precious asset is your time, baby. That's what we're here for. We're here to change our life and buy our time. Let's get our time back, man. We don't need to. Gotta stay away from that 9 to 5. All right, let's go. All right, can you check UFD? UFD Moon, absolutely, man. It's a project that I have not heard about. Let's dive into it. Let's dive in. I'd be happy to look at that for you, man. Thank you for jumping on in the chat and sharing your coins with us, baby. Woo! All right, I know absolutely nothing about this project, but that is okay. It doesn't matter, right? Because, you know, fundamentals and charting are completely separate, right? I will trade meme coins. I will not invest in meme coins, right? That's just me and my personal opinions, right? All right, so here we go. Right? And everybody who watches me knows that. All right, here we go. Let's break this down. So it's pretty new on the perpetuals. Let's see if we break this down on a different chart. UFD spot. No, this is new. All right, so we are going to pull up the perpetuals. All right, this is new. Probably just came out on MEXC or something like that. Had a rip. Cool. This is a new project as of the 7th of January. All right, I don't know much about this project, but it did absolutely get a moonshot to the upside before retracing here. Once you break that prior low, you are going on price discovery to the downside. That being said, it looks like you have found some footing here. You're above some high volume nodes. Look at the amount of oofed UFD. I don't know what is this, man? I don't know what it is spelled out, right? UFD unicorn fart dust. It has been here for a while. Hold on, let's see what we got. Unicorn fart dust. What in the world? I remember it being on Dex Screener. It was on Dex Screener. Let's pull it up on Dex Screener. Dex, baby. Dex Screener. Unicorn fart dust. I remember this being a hot. This was a meme. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if it's a meme. It was a meme when it started, right? But they did get a pretty good white paper going, saying that they were going to do some cool things with the project. I do remember seeing this. It's ringing the memory bell here. UFD. Let's dive in. So it's not that new. It has to be a little older. It has to be. I remember hearing this 2 months. I feel like I've heard of this before. Maybe it was Fuzzy Unicorn or something. All right, let's dive in on Dex Screener. 2 months old. Let's dive in. All right, on the 4 hour. Looks like, yeah, you had a run up, came down, probably came to a 786 right there. Yeah, probably came to a 786. Come on. From top to bottom, we came down that 786 region. We did get the bounce. We fell a little below, broke above. Okay, I like what I'm seeing there. Yeah, and then since then you've had a massive sell-off. So what are we looking at for it? And this is going to be easier to see on TradingView, right? It really will. All right, so what are we looking for here? What are we speculating on for a reversal? Because in the last couple days, you've had a massive move, man. Look at this. You're up in the last couple days from the low up about 73%. That's a 73% move, everybody. There are big moves that can be made besides price, right? When you're getting in on the lows, the reactions can be absolutely crazy. Well, what kicked us out of here, boys crypto? What kicked us out of here? Look at this div that we formed. It's probably going to be easier to see on the 4 hour. Let's look at the higher time frame, right? Boom, boom, boom. 8 hour. You had massive bull div here on the 8 hour, right? And I like pulling up different time frames because it allows me to see things a little clearer, right? So we had that swing across in price action. We got that bullish div kick out on the 8 hour, right? And since then, we're making higher lows on the RSI, right? You do have a little bit of bear div forming here, right? It's a slight. It's a swing low on price action, right? And a swing up, a slight swing up. That's not very concerning to me, right? Given the bottom potential for this aspect right now, for this asset right now. So right now you're trading above a high volume node. I really do like that. I think there's a good potential, man, that you could get a squeeze. I'm not saying that it's gonna absolutely moon back to the highs, but I think, look at this. This hasn't really been tested that much before, right? You had support test. You broke up under, flipped it to resistance, right? And now you're breaking above this resistance zone right here, right? Or you're at it. You break above this resistance zone, you have a giant gap in the VRVP here that looks to go up to the next high volume node. Boom, 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 baby. Boom, boom, boom. That's a massive move for Unicorn Fart Dust. I can't believe I'm saying that. Who came up with that? Unicorn Fart Dust. I'm going to create a project. What are we going to call it? Unicorn Fart Dust. Probably some child in the corner, right? Unicorn Fart Dust, Dad. You call it Unicorn Fart Dust. Everybody's talking about Unicorn Fart Dust, right? Yeah, so a potential 75% move coming here for Unicorn Fart Dust. And I'm not all like, I'm like all super bullish on the project. I don't know a lot about it. I just remember hearing about it when it came out. I thought it was a lot longer ago that Unicorn Fart Dust came to be, but apparently not, right? So we did get that. We are looking for that massive squeeze to the upside. You're getting the stochastics up in the overbought region, but these could get pinned like back here, right? You get overbought and you still go on a run, right? While you're pinned in the overbought region. That can definitely happen. You got a little bit of bear div on the 8 hour, not something that's super concerning to me right now. But that's what I'd be looking at, right? This is the life of the project so far. That's what I'd be looking at. That's what I'd be looking at for Unicorn Fart Dust. That squeeze up to the next high volume node, baby. That's what you want to see. And boom. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen like it could happen very quickly. Like if you're going to take out a leverage position or something on this, you have to have limits set, because I've seen memes just absolutely go and take moonshot wicks like that, right? That'll be monumental, right? And there's not really a good, there is a good example here, right? Let's see here, right? You got some moonshot, right? You get a little bit of a reversal, a moonshot to the upside, and it comes right back to where it was, right? That was a 20% boom and dip in a single 8 hour time period, right? So that could happen. That could happen on these assets, right? You could get a massive wick to the upside and come back down, right? You don't want to chase those green candles if you're speculating on a reversal here on this 3 white soldiers pattern, baby. Right here, 1 candle, 2 candle. This could potentially be the confirmation of a 3 white soldiers pattern. You guys got my lungs tested today, everybody. I'm going on some strings with this oxygen. I am going to be the world record holder for who could hold their breath the longest, right? Because I could go on, I might be able to do a whole stream on a single breath eventually. We'll see. Remains to be seen. 3 white soldiers, the opposite of 3 black crows, right? 3 black crows right here. You got to dump to the downside. 3 white soldiers, boom, 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 pump to the upside, right? 3 white soldiers here Are we going to get that pump to the upside? And it looks like more likely to be a more massive pump than last time due to this gap in the VRVP. The weekend, hey, the memes could fly on weekends. Just saying, just saying. All right. Diving in. Yeah, we checked Unicorn Fart Dust. Thank you. Hey, Michaela, thank you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. You guys are awesome. Thank you. It helps the algorithm. It helps me, and I love being here for you guys. All you got to do is hit that like button, right? The thumbs up. I'll even give you like a little bit of that, right? Ding. I can't add sound effects in the live. All right, let's dive in. Unicorn Fart Dust. Thank you, Solana. Hey, man, you want to look at Solana? Let's dive in. Ron's Basement is the dev on his YouTube. Ron's Basement. I'll have to check that out, man. It dipped like the rest of the memes. Hey, yeah, Trump token didn't help. Trump token wrecked the meme space. You know what? Hey, waiting for the moon. You guys, you are new here, but every day I have gone on a meme rant. I just have. It's just not part of my investing portfolio, right? I love trade. I'll trade them. Right? If the opportunity presents itself, right? And it looks like a really good setup, right? But I don't invest in memes, man. It's just not a part of my investing portfolio. Every once in a while, I'll see one that goes in that's cool, and I'll throw in like 20, 30 bucks or whatever, and I'll see if it rides, right? But I don't expect to see that 20 or $30 again, right? I just don't. I have to mentally accept that before I even get into the project, right? Just because the rug pull potential is so high on some of these memes, on a lot of these memes, right? Even the ones like that. I mean, you could argue, man, like Unicorn Fart Dust from here, you're trading at, a 90% discount. Not as bad as a lot of them, like Chill Guy, like Peanut the Squirrel, like a lot of those got absolutely destroyed, right? Yeah, and Trump token did do a number on that. I saw the meme act, everybody. The Republicans are asking for the meme act to get approved. It would prevent any political office holder from releasing or launching any asset that would financially benefit themselves. I am for that, baby. I am for that, right? These offices are not for sale. I love that. I love that idea. Not political jargon, but I love when they brought that up. They said, Trump, you got absolutely rich over your meme coin launch. He got roasted in Congress today. He got absolutely roasted in Congress today. Check out that video. It's on Crypto's Twitter. It's really cool to see. It's pretty funny, right? And yeah, the top of Trump coin marked the top for Bitcoin and a lot of these alts, right? So people have the right to be angry, and to not get a statement by the president. I'm not going on the meme rant today, guys, I promise. But to not get a statement out of the president today, or anything, he hasn't even publicly mentioned the project, right? Since that reporter asked him, are you continually plan on launching financial products that benefit yourself? No. Is it doing well? I don't know. Is it doing well? I just know we launched it. I'm not 100% sure if it's doing well, but if it's doing well, great. If I was $1 billion richer overnight, I would be doing well, and I would know it. I promise. You guys would know it too. I promise. I would get those 100 subscribers, and we would be absolutely mooning with money, baby. $1 billion, that's enough to go around now. We would all meet up in, Las Vegas and drive those Lamborghinis around for a day and have a lot of fun. All right, let's dive into the chat. Yes. Came out in December. Do you follow moon phases? I do not, man, but I'm gonna screenshot that here. I got a really cool setup, right? I got my phone here, and that's how I manage the chat. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of that, man, and I will look at that. I do not follow moon phases. Min drip on the decks. Okay, I'm holding a small $100 bag. Yeah, man, we'll check that out. Let's go. I do not follow moon phases, though. I will check that out. So. Thank you, bro. 101 subs, baby. April. You guys did it. Thank you. Hey, you know what? We'll do the giveaway right now. To everybody that's in the chat. We were going to do a giveaway for Solana at 100 subscribers, baby. For some Solana. Let me think here. How many people we got in the chat? We got 13. We got 13 people in the chat. All right, let's see. We got our little notebook here. We got 13 people in the chat. I'm gonna write a number. And don't you send any numbers right now. Don't you start sending numbers right now, because they're not gonna count, right? In the chat, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 50. I'm gonna write it down on my notepad right here, right? And the first person to get it gets some Solana. Get some Solana. All right, I wrote down the number. If you guys saw that right on the stream, I'm going to be tilted. Drop your numbers, 1 to 50, 1 to 50, 1 to 50, spam them, anybody, anything, all the numbers that you could think of. That's not decimal places, I promise. It's a whole number. You guys are really going to like this number. It's really important. We got two coming in, 19, no, keep spamming them. I'm going to give it to the first person that gets this. You got, no, keep going, everybody. Oh my gosh, no, we're getting close. Wait, oh, we're getting close, We're getting close. Oh, no. Michaela B. Michaela B. with the Solana. 30 is the number. Let me double check and make sure nobody else got 30. Hey, congratulations. The first one I saw was Michaela B. The 30. Did anybody else get it? No. Michaela, 30 subscribers. Well done. You made my uvula go crazy on that. Hey girl, you email me at matthew.boyce102@gmail.com. That is the channel email until we get with our 100 subscribers. We got a custom thumbnail, and we're going to change the email because I realized as I said that sounds ridiculous, right? So hey guys, thank you for participating in that giveaway. Email me, Michaela, and I will send you some free Solana, girl, some Solana. You're gonna love it. Thank you everybody for your support. You guys are absolutely massive. We will do more giveaways in the future as we hit these channel milestones. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. All right, let's dive in. What else we got here? Congrats, Michaela. Congrats. Right? How many guesses do we get? Yeah, you spam those, man. You spam them. In the future, we're gonna spam them. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whatever you gotta do, you get that number, baby. And that was just off the dome. All right, rest in peace, my eardrums. Congratulations, brother. I am a little loud. I do have a roommate that's sleeping, right? But hopefully she has soundproof walls. I don't know if this house came with that, but yeah, it is what it is. Hey, they need to do something to Nancy Pelosi. So yes, they do. Hey, you know, I was looking. I think the other day on stream. I'll pull it up tomorrow. But we looked over like the politicians. Did you know that most of them are just multimillionaires? Nancy Pelosi worth over $200 million. I think the governor of Florida or the one of the senators from Florida is worth over $500 million. What? That's ridiculous, right? That's just crazy. I don't know. It's just crazy to see the wealth of some of those politicians because they don't make that, baby. They don't make that money. Last I checked, they make like 100, 200 grand a year. So how are you netting 200? How do you have a $200 million net worth? That's what I want to see. Insider trading, baby. That's why all these things got to get put on chain. All these assets got to get put on chain. All right, let's dive in. We got Min Drip from Sin Nasty Kid. Let's dive in, man. Let's dive in. All right, let's dive in. Don't forget Ron's Basement. Man, I'm going to write that down. I'll let you know what I think tomorrow, man. I'm glad that you mentioned that to me. And you know what else I'm gonna do? I'll do a little bit of a deeper dive into unicorn fart dust, and I'll let you know what I think. All right, cool. We got that lit up. Sweet. Okay, everybody, here we go. What was I looking at? Oh my gosh, my ADD got to me. Congratulations, Michaela. Congratulations. Rest in peace, my eardrum. I do get a little close to this sometimes. It is what it is. All right. Mind drip on Dex screener. Let's pull it up, everybody. Let's pull it up. Hey, thank you everybody for participating in that giveaway. I am super excited to do more giveaways in the future. Michaela, email me. All right. Mind drip. Mind coin. We got mind coin. Is it Min Drip? Mind drip. Min drip. Hold up. Woo! I got Mind Drip. I'm not seeing it everywhere, man. Mind Drip. Oh, maybe I have two eyes right there. DRIP. Nope. MIND DRIP. MIND DRIP. I'm not seeing it, man. I'm not seeing it, right? If you guys, just help me out. If I'm looking at something wrong, mind. That would be really appreciated. All right, let's go, everybody. Thank you for participating in that giveaway. I'm really appreciative of you guys. You guys are legends. Oh, if I have to go back to that Comcast guy, I swear. We are a little violent with the Comcast guys. When we started the stream, we were having internet connectivity issues. It was a disaster, right? A disaster, right? A couple weeks ago, but since then we hardwired in, baby. You know how good hardwiring in is? Meta drip, MEDADRIP. Yeah, man. Let's go over it. MEDA. Meta drip. Meta drip. Is this it? Let that sink in. Hold on. Meta drip. Meta drip. Meta. MEDA. DR. Dude, we went over. I'm not good at spelling, man. Not good at spelling. Come on, meta drip. Not finding it there. What's the Comcast lure? All right. Is it any of these, man? Is it any of these? Drip, 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 drip. I'm not seeing it there, man. I'm not seeing it there. Unless it's sink. Let that sink in. Is that meta? Is that Zuckerberg? That might be Zuckerberg. Hey, everybody. Hey, I will go over that for you, Sid Nasty Kid, tomorrow, everybody. I got to get going here. I appreciate your time here with me tonight. Thank you for participating in that giveaway. You guys are absolutely legendary. Sid Nasty Kid, I won't forget you, man. You're first on the list tomorrow, baby. You are first on the list tomorrow, and we'll make sure that we can find that, right? And you can email me too, man. Matthew.boyce Matthew.boyce102@gmail.com is my email. It's on the channel page, right? You can email me and let me know exactly what coin you want to go into, and you could drop the contract address. I really, really appreciate that. Hey, guys, thank you. Don't forget to drop a like, comment on the stream. Check out my video that I made on Sui. I think Sui could do some absolute numbers this bull market. You guys are legendary. Thank you for being some of my supporters and helping me reach my goal of 100 subscribers, baby. Woo! Yeah! Oh, that hypes me up, everyone. That hypes me up. You guys have me so excited. I was sweating. Look at this. Oh, I was sweating. Everybody have a great night. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your night. Until then, Boys Crypto is out.